Okay, so we wrapped everything that we initially asked you to come and discuss.
Right.
And if you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Light on 91.7 WLFR Pomona. Um, I'm going to ask for about another few minutes of your time just to get some background information since we have the opportunity
Right.
to have
I'll
you
come
here.
back too.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll make it quick then.
Okay.
We're here with Kaleem Shabazz, who's the president of the Atlantic City chapter of the NAACP. How did you first get involved with the NAACP personally?
That's a good question. I was a member of the Atlantic City Youth Council. In fact, I was one of the leaders of the Atlantic City Youth Council when I was in high school under the adult advisorship of Mr. Edgar Harris, who was a high school teacher. He has since passed away. He was a dynamic advisor. He had one of the largest youth councils in the country. We had hundreds of young people. Now, some of the cynics, Brother Tyler, said that those young men, were only there because all of the nice-looking young women were there. So, that might have been a factor in some people's inclination. I won't speak for them. I will say that myself, I was more inspired by the civil rights and social justice activities that we participated in. We were very active. In fact, during that time, we picketed the Board of Elections because this is going way back. They had the computer-generated cards when you went to register to vote, and they had a C and a W that they put in on the card. In other words, if you were a person of color, they put C. If you were not a person of color, they put W for white. We demonstrated against that publicly, and it became so heated that they came to a settlement with the adult branch, because if we had went to court, we would have won that. So that's one of the things we did. Why is that important, someone will say? Because the juries are taken from the voting rolls, which is important for justice activities. Another thing that we did is in the youth council, we demonstrated on the boardwalk, because at that time, businesses on the boardwalk, they would hire some African Americans, but they wouldn't allow them to go in the cash register, which we said obviously is discriminatory. And that's one of the things we picked. So my involvement with the NAACP was way back when I was in high school as a youth council member. And I just was running the role of some youth council members who are still around today. Rosalind Norrell Nance, who used to be a city council person in Atlantic City.
Learned so much from her.
Yeah, good person. Charles Goodman, who is still with the NAACP now.
Learned so much from Mr. Goodman.
He's in the youth council. My good friend that just passed away, Jawan Jamal.
Man.
Yeah.
He's been here, but that took me out.
Yeah.
That took me out.
Yeah, good brother.
Good brother.
Longtime friend of mine. He was a member of the Atlantic City Youth Council. And so many others. I better stop naming names because I'll miss somebody. But Ronald Branch, who I went to school with, he was a member. Charles Garrett. And I'm just saying, it was just a tremendous dynamic body of young people who, Malik Chaka, who doesn't live here anymore, but his family was very active. And then he even went down to my sisters and were also active. So it was a dynamic body. That's how I got involved with the Youth Council of the NAACP. That's why we're so strong on youth council activities today, because they are future leaders. We get ready to have our state conference in Princeton October 11th to the 13th. And last year we had the distinction, we meaning the Atlantic City branch, of having the largest delegation of young people at the state conference. I think we're going to have the same distinction this year. Big shout out to Mr. Goodman, his wife, and other advisors, Miriam Sirhan, other advisors. So we're on the move, and we're trying to uplift our youth council. We're also planning to take them October the 5th, which is a Saturday, at Rutgers University. There's going to be a statewide conference of youth around the proposition Vote 16, which means that youngsters, if they're 16 years old, can vote only on school board elections. But on school board elections, the thesis is that if you are in school, the school board policy directly impacts you as a student, and you should have a right to vote. And we are advocates. We, the NAACP, are advocates of that. It's passed in Newark. Hopefully we'll be passing it in the Atlantic City Council soon. So those are the kind of things we're doing with youth. That's how I got involved. And I am still happy to say Today I'm involved in an active way with the NAACP, and I would hope that going forward, some of the goals that we're talking about we reached.
Okay. Let me share a scenario with
Right.
you, because I joined because I wanted to be a part of a organization that has done so much for so many years. Now, I don't have children myself, but I'm still thinking about legacy and what the record will show as far as where I was on certain issues and so on and so forth. As soon as I'm gonna let my membership lapse,
Right.
I came into a conflict with some soft bigotry and some soft bigots that I was working with, and now here I am with not being a member of the NAACP. So I did not reach out to them I did not reach out to you for help, but you can best believe now, when I'm confronted with soft bigotry, I'm going to invoke my membership. Question number one. Okay, real quick. For somebody who's listening, skies are blue, no bigotry, soft or otherwise, in their life. Why should they join the NAACP?
That's a good question to conclude on, because the NAACP is actively fighting for civil rights and social justice for all people, because the NAACP is an organization that you can become a part of that needs you to work with it and for it, because unfortunately in 2024 we're still fighting for some of the same things that we've been fighting for historically in the United States. And I must say this, even though we're still fighting, we've made great progress in the United States, and it would be a dishonor to those civil rights pioneers who sacrificed so much to stand in 2024 and say we haven't made any progress. That would be a dishonor to their struggle, their life, their liberty. We just had, as you know, the Fannie Lou Hamer dedication of a sign on the boardwalk. Fannie Lou Hamer said in 1964 in Atlantic City that she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And since then, we made great strides. We have elected thousands of people at the local level across this country. We've elected hundreds at the state level. And we are about to elect a president, first female, first woman of color as the president of the United States. So we have made great strides. We have had people in the armed forces who have risen to the highest ranks. We had a Secretary of State, Colin Powell, who did great things. We've had people in sports who have made tremendous gains. We've had people in business and industry who made tremendous gains. We have moved forward as a people in this great country. People in entertainment who are multimillionaires. And somebody will say, well, Brother Shabazz, that's true, but don't we have a disproportionate amount of people who are still locked in poverty and hopelessness and neglect? And I would say, yes, we do. That's our challenge. That's our crusade, for lack of a better word, to lift everyone up. But to say that we haven't made any progress is historically wrong, and I would say it's disrespect to those many people who have given their life's blood, and in many cases have given their life for this struggle.
Thank you. He is the president of the Atlantic City chapter of the NAACP, Brother Kaleem Shabazz. You can actually see the Atlantic City chapter of the NAACP, or branch rather, online. They have a Facebook page. They are also on Twitter, and you will be able to catch this interview in clips on YouTube and at AtlanticCityFocus.com. I am going to walk Brother Kaleem out, take some pictures, introduce him to some people, and in the meantime, I'm going to turn it over to Megaseg, and I will be back with more of the light shortly after this.
Thank you so much, bro. Man, that went quick.